Okay, let me go share it real quick,
Yeah, let me go do that too.
and then we'll get the program rolling. All right, guys, if you guys are tuning in, we had some issue with the last live, so we're gonna start over. Thank you guys for being patient with us.
Okay. How many platforms are you sharing it on?
So I'm sharing on my YouTube channel, my personal page, and then also on my fishing page.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it linked up to like 3 different accounts.
Yeah, I'm just sharing it to the Telemon right now.
That's cool.
Then,
I'm also sharing it to some Hmong groups too.
okay.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
You ready, bro?
I'm ready. I've been ready. We always we're never ready on the podcast. We just jump in there. So
Yeah.
damn, noon so I got like 2 hours of sleep because I've been working third shift. So and then this is my mushroom coffee.
Oh, dude, I gotta talk to you about your third shift job, man, in a bit.
Holy shit. Yeah, we could definitely talk about that
Yeah,
if
definitely.
you've been following me on the my personal
Oh,
page.
hell yeah. All right, guys, we are
What's up, Shanghai?
finally back in program. Get back on program. What's up? Okay. Okay. If you guys missed my little introduction, guys, what's going on, guys? It's been a while since I've been on a live stream podcast, but today I got a special guest from Telemonk Podcast, Shua, in the building. I like kind of built up the introduction, but then through a little
Okay.
technical difficulty, I'm not
No
gonna
worries.
redo it again. So we're just gonna start the program. Thank you, brother, so much for joining me on this live stream podcast tonight.
Thank you for having me. This is gonna be fun. I'm always down for talking.
Yeah, how is the weather in Minnesota?
Oh shit, Bino. It's getting cold already.
Yeah.
So it only goes to show that probably in October we might be getting snow.
Yep. Being all in today, I had to like clean up my ducts and turn on my heaters to check if
Oh
it
shit.
works because it is getting cold up here in Alaska, man.
How cold is it right now over there?
It's still pretty warm. It's like 50, 60. That we call that warm. We don't get any higher than 75 most of the time.
Oh, okay. That's
Hmm.
actually how much it is over here right now. It's
Oh,
like,
okay. Yeah.
yeah.
We don't most of these houses up here, they don't have AC, they just have heater, and it's
Uh,
comfortable, lovely 75 here most of the time, man.
that's nice, man. I wish I was like that.
Yeah, other than that, man, I love your content, your podcast, especially some of the guests that you
Oh,
had on your show.
yeah. Thank you.
Especially the episode where you had Mitch. That was crazy, man. I was like, damn, I was watching it and I was like, damn, it could be a
Yeah.
movie.
Mitch's episode was really a real just like you said, it was like a real movie.
Yeah.
And here's a guy who lived through it. 我一度来了做呢，and he just tells it. He's so open too. And that's the best part about it too, was that's why people love his episode, is because that he was very open and he was just himself explaining his whole journey to where he is right now. So
Yeah, it would be so awesome if we had like not just like, like not just like people from like Omi alive, but then like like we are at a point in our life where like the music legend y'all so be
mm,
low or people it would be like
yeah,
great if they came on and share some of their life experience and also things they went through with music and not just music
mhm,
artists, actors, you name it,
yeah,
whoever, business, lawyer, I don't know, like podcast is a really great platform to share your story, and also, we live in a time with technology, and yeah, people loving listening or watching these stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had actually Mo Lee on. I don't know if you know who Mo Lee is.
Maybe not, but yeah,
Okay,
refresh my,
so
yeah.
Mo Lee used to shoot movies for us when we were kids, and shoot
Mm,
a movie a Don't Jua Chen Zona
mm, mm,
and Lanya a um Goyenga, Lanya a
mm,
the parents Goyenga, and
mm.
Lu Yatu brother was the main character. So I forgot what that movie was called, Ying Goying or something, but and then he shot some very good films. So we had Mo Lee on,
Oh,
and
definitely.
I got to give a shout out to Mo too because Mo's doing his own little podcast. He's starting to do his own creation of content too. So it's actually really amazing that Mo's coming back out now because before doing this stuff, it's just a volunteer for the community. But you go, what do you move on and go start getting better and better, and then you're if you're really dedicated to it, your content will go somewhere. You definitely will go somewhere. But then go and
Okay.
so that's usually the journey. It just doesn't take a year or two. It takes us sometimes, man, 5, 6, 7 years. Come on, it's all where
Definitely
you want
right.
to be. Wow.
Yeah, I know, and I know too. Hey, what's up, Christopher? Ho ho ho.
What's up, Christopher?
And then we also got Pedro Garcia. Hello, cuties. Jello Track Production. Let's go. What you know about Jello Track Production?
What's up, Pedro? I
Pedro, I
don't
love
know.
your AI stuff, man.
Yeah, I
The
don't know
monk
if
dude?
Pedro is Pedro male. Oh, you know,
No, I am Monga, but he's just trolling.
because I've been seeing his stuff, and I'm like, man, why is there a Mexican guy in the Hmong tea? Not Hmong tea, but on posting up in like the Hmong village and places like
Uh,
that.
he is a videographer, a really, really amazing videographer out of Sacramento, California.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's not the one that shot the Yaya Fest, is it?
He is a part of their media
Okay.
team last year and last year too. Yeah, he does
Okay.
a lot of professional stuff, man. His work is really
Mm.
amazing. Get to know him, man. I think you
Oh
just see the
yeah.
stuff that people are sharing, but yeah, him personally, man, amazing talent, man.
Oh, that's sweet, man.
All right, guys, if you guys are joining us live, man, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section where you guys are from, what you guys are having for dinner. And yeah, we had a little technical difficulty earlier, so
Mhm.
if you guys missed the introduction, that was like building up on. Today we have Telemong podcast host Shua on, and yeah, let's get started with the Q&A. I have a few Q&A. I have
Yeah,
a few
go for it.
questions to ask you, beyond the podcast, or maybe
Uh-huh.
cho nên nhớ kể đây là chỉ có personally on
Yeah.
what's the story behind Telemong podcast?
Okay. So um before I jump into that, I I have to explain who I am a little.
Yes, sir.
I love martial arts. So I would open up my basement for a group of guys to come in and do sparring. And then they would all come in and it was started out with like and then all of a sudden it grew into in my little group. And so we had a bunch of guys coming in, and during that time it was still like 14, 15 people. And so there would be a bunch of guys in my basement. I would just ask them because we would just be ending up sitting there watching 4 people spar only. And there'll be like maybe 7 people sitting out still. So we'll just be talking, and then we'll be talking about like things that are very interesting, but at the same time, it was just more conversational. And so I got to thinking, I'm like, man, I think we should like start a podcast, and we should bring some of this out there and put it into the public too. And all the boys were like, yeah, of course. Actually, I was serious. I was really serious. And so because of course, Hmong people mostly, and I was like, no, I'm serious. And then I did. And if you go way back into our first video, like way back, our first video that we did was so bad. But then I did what I could just to make up for certain angles and shots because I only had 3 cameras. But we did it, and it turned out good. It turned out all right. And then after that, then we got the first our first guest on there, which was Jimmy. He was a boxer, and that's when I first met Jimmy. He's my former co-host. Yeah, so Jimmy came on as our first guest ever on the podcast, and it was just a blast. We had so much fun with Jimmy. So we asked Jimmy if he wanted to be part of the podcast, and Jimmy was like, "Yeah, sure." And then after that, we brought in Tremaine Regal. Shout out to Tremaine. And then Tremaine came on, and that was just like a deep conversation that we got into with Tremaine. And the generation now to generation back then. And there was a lot of deep conversations we had that was very interesting. And then after Tremaine, we in Tremaine's episode, we talked about bringing Na He on. And so Gulag, shoot Na a message. Hey, Na, you want to come on our podcast? Na give me like a thumbs up. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Thumbs up. I'm like, is that a yes or no? He's like, yeah. So he was gonna come on. I was so ecstatic. I was like so happy as hell. And then when Na came on, that's when the podcast really took off. So yeah, that's when everything started hitting, and then Sega came on afterwards, and then we just kept going. But like I said, it's really all volunteer. It's just 窮嘅谷喎個 pastime，但是要窮嘅啲嘢 listen to because there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of athletes, a lot of talented Hmong people out there that don't really get the voices heard, and so that's why I decided to start doing it. Like at first, like I said, we were just gonna do it about us, open conversations about topics that are in the Hmong community, but then it led to something else, and that was the best thing about it. So we kept it going, and then with the content creation, I started learning about making reels. I started learning about bettering my camera work, and I started growing along the journey of being a filmmaker too, because you have to be camera. Huh? You have to know how to use the editing programs and softwares. And man, shot the like I would stay up to like 4 a.m. just to go. Damn, but then learning all that stuff to upgrade my game in the podcast, it really did help too, because when I started making the reels, that's when I saw the followers just jump on drastically. So yeah, sorry, long
Nope.
long
That's you know what, like I seen some of your stuff and I was just like, damn, your stuff is amazing. I love how you have like the guests like next to you. Unfortunately, I live in Alaska.
Yeah.
Belu community. No, man, it's really like mellow. Like a lot of people that come here, they're not like trying to like not trying, but they're not like out there doing whatever. Like you're just saying like music artists or like a content creator or like even like being political. Like they're not out there, so I don't like really have a lot of guests. But fortunate enough with technology, like I've been able to bring guests on just like how I bring you on. But yeah, man, your stuff, like I've been watching it for a while now, and it's amazing, man. I love it. I
appreciate it.
I love the content. I love some of the questions that you ask. I love some of the people that you bring on that are like real, and that was one of the things that I was trying to like find words to say. But they have a story to tell, and and that's why I kind of like did this podcast too, so that I could like bring like the it started with like the outdoor community, but then with all the other things that I like doing too, like content creating, I was able to like also bring other people on too.
Nice. Yeah.
Sometime you're out there, like for example, cause a shot, or like there you got too much going on, and you're trying to like still like put some time into your content creating. What do you do to inspire you, man, or what do you do to keep you going content creating wise?
Content creation wise, so this is gonna be kind of cold, okay? Actually, I'm gonna let you know. For me as a person, other people enjoy a content creation as well. So I like to look at other people's podcasts. I like to look at other people's conversations that they have and listen to them. And what inspires me sometimes is that I look at it and I can say, and I say it to myself, I can do better than that. And then I go and do better than that. So it actually helps me become better myself, because there's like certain flaws that I could do and improve. and I would improve if I was if I was that person. And then when I go do mine, I do similar things, but then I improve it so that it even makes it better. And so that's like one of the things that really inspires me to do is to walk better than other people, Lena. So like I said, I'm very competitive in a way too. So shout other people just stuff a motivation for because oh well, they're growing in this. Now I'm gonna make that better so I can get better at that. Yeah, so that's kind of like the motivation that inspires me. On top of that, with joy people in general, just to have those people's voices be heard, and then others want to listen to it. And when you see the reaction, when you see the engagement, and you see the growth in it, you realize that yeah, the community really does want more. They really want to see more. They want to listen to the stuff like this. Actually, how are we going to get it out there if nobody ever produces it or does something with it? So
Right. Yeah, I've been. I'm gonna share a little bit about me. I've been like
yeah, go ahead.
into the not into, but I've been doing like video, photo, content like for a while now. In the beginning of time, it was like slow start, you know.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 years ago, it wasn't like today. We live in a crazy time. We live in a time where like technology, everybody's on their phone, social media. It's like life now, and yeah, man, like making content like this, putting it out there. It's also like a good way how like I do it, and mainly I do it to save it and share for memories so that
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I also love like networking with content creators and nerd out about stuff like this. And I was gonna add on to you know, you're up all night, you know, you don't get to sleep, Red Bull, energy drink.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the life that a lot of people they don't see, or like if they hire a videographer, photographer, or the content creator,
Yeah.
they don't see that, you know, I'm up like editing after I'm filming, you know, and
Mhm.
getting shot, and you can't just expect it to like happen like overnight, right?
Yeah, exactly. The one thing I want to add too is one thing with the podcast. The one thing that I really love about it is that I can go back because I edit all of it, so I go back and listen to our conversations, and some of them are just like funny as hell. Like I just love it so much. And it just inspires me more to keep doing it because now here I am all by myself up 4 in the morning and editing my own podcast, laughing at my own podcast and watching it and just getting entertained by it. You know, that's one thing that really inspires me too, is just the conversations we have.
Yeah, definitely, man. I wish we had like a lot of time so I could nerd out with you, man. Because this, like,
Oh
man,
yeah, we definitely did.
I hella love doing this stuff, man. But tonight it's about you, you know. So,
Man, I actually have some questions for you.
oh,
Like,
dude,
podcast. Go on.
uh, you know, most of the time, I have to interview, then who not go interview, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good change questions. Don't go ahead now, okay?
yeah,
Okay.
like it.
Yeah.
Any project you working on, or any project
Oh,
you're working on in the future?
yeah. So I just want to let everybody know if they are watching this podcast. We were gonna have a special guest come on last 2 weeks ago, and that was DJ Sushi. Okay, so she was supposed to come on, but then kutu dalo niya na, and so we had like a personal thing that was going on. So so that's why we couldn't have anybody over at the house. That's why DJ Sushi podcast na. But we wanted to share some very exclusive stuff.
Oh,
I
definitely,
know.
dude.
Yeah, but then I have to ask her first. I was going to make it big, but it so we couldn't have anybody over, so that day. And then for the upcoming episode, we have next week we have Envy. Envy, if you watch Envy Living Envy Life, in I think episode 36, but one of the more recent episodes, he's coming back on with Danny from No Eggs. So the girl Danny. So they're gonna be here next week, and then John's my co-host or my my former team my former mate on the podcast. He's gonna be here as well. So it's gonna be Danny, Envy, and John that they're gonna be on and I will be behind the cameras. So that should be a good one. They're gonna have some more of relationship talks and also men and women talk. So that should be an interesting one for people that is Sapona. And tune in for that one. You guys don't want to miss that one. Because Envy, very well spoken. Danny from No Eggs podcast, very well spoken as well. And John actually has his own podcast, and his podcast is called It All Started with the Podcast. So he's gonna be on there as the host, as me. So I'll be the camera guy.
That's awesome. I'll definitely be watching, man.
Oh, it should be good.
Cool, man. You look like you got a busy schedule ahead of you, man.
Oh man, today I got 2 hours of sleep. I'm making it, I guess.
So so if they're not really following you or watching your stuff, where can they find your content?
You can we have a YouTube channel, and it's also Telemon. And then you can also go to our Facebook and Instagram, Telemon Podcast as well. And then we just started the TikTok one, and it's Telemon Podcast as well.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, TikTok is definitely like, man, I was on TikTok for a while, but then I just got so busy with life, but I kept managing like too many accounts.
I know.
I kind of stepped back from TikTok. But yeah, TikTok is like, man, like been like the talk of town with, it being banned, not banned, banned, not banned. But yeah,
I know, man. That's why. So we didn't start because we weren't sure it was gonna get banned or not. So
yeah, it was crazy at one time when it got bad, and then whoever uninstalled their app couldn't download no more, and then these people were trying to sell phone for like thousands of dollars with the app on, and then the next day you were able to download it. It was crazy, bro, man. What a time we live in, man.
Yep, that's true.
But yeah, how do you feel, or like what do you feel that's next for social media, and especially in the future for like our Hmong community, man? Because honestly, Hmong Mikama, we've been on like the internet since the internet, but the Hmong Yoti team block I think they only like I say I think because I don't like have the like know exactly, but I think they only been on like the internet or social media in like the last like 6 to 10 years, and it's kind of crazy. Like I believe like if it's used for good, it's good. If it's used for something else, it could be bad. But yeah, what do you think? That's next for social media.
Yeah, so I think that they have been probably less time than us on social media. But for them, more she as like a way of making money, not. So they look at it like money. We look at it like news. We're trying to get the latest things and watch the most dramatic things. And so I believe that if you don't shit whatever you want to do, there's so much. What's up, Larry? There's so much things in the social media that you can actually grow from and learn from. And you get to serious content creator on. You definitely can go somewhere right now on social media because the world is watching. The world is totally in the social media environment now. Businesses are growing because of social media. You just don't go to a store now and go there, buy whatever you want and come back. No, you actually can get to know the owner on social media. And so now you know that, oh, well, that place, the owner is really down to earth. Let's go eat over there. So it's totally grown, and it's totally taken a total different kind of change, and it's always still growing. So I believe that it's still going to be a you but for social media social media they help too, right? They help too. Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I catch myself being on social media too much.
I do that also. But for me, I like to grab ideas. When I'm on social media, I'm scrolling for ideas. I'm scrolling for people doing certain things, and I'm like, oh, I could definitely capitalize on that. So that's what I do.
Yeah, but still definitely, unplug or break away to enjoy outside, look up and also time with your family. But still social media, like, it's a crazy time we live in, man. We're gonna check out the comment section, guys. I've been putting you guys up. AK High Adventure, what's up, y'all? Keep up the good work. Thanks, brother. So yeah, AK High Adventure is actually my cousin from Alaska too, and
okay. Tell us what's up.
Yeah. With me starting my outdoor YouTube channel because as a videographer, photographer,
Yep.
Nichichomo actually tied in. Nichichomo actually happened in Alaska. So I decided, hey, you know what? You know what was cool? I actually
Mhm.
experienced fishing, and then that's how I started my fishing channel. I actually used that skill set and then went to start my fishing channel. And
Mm,
he has like let me know that I have inspired him to start his own channel too. And you know what? He's been on a really good
yeah.
streak, man.
Oh, that's
From
awesome.
how he started to where he's at right now, he's doing really amazing,
See,
man.
the thing with social media is that you can what's the NYX? The thing with social media is that you can do social media about anything, like your platform. You can do it about anything. You can do it
Right.
about going to a shit, man. Like, you can do it about going to Thailand. You can do it about going to find a wife in Thailand or Laos. You can do it and just to talk about your experience. You can do it about sharing a story that you made up, right? It's totally your own creation. And that's one thing with being a content creator is that you just have to create something. Even if you're just going for a walk at the park, just talking, go for a light walk and talk. And people listen to that because that's not with social media. 個好 opinion 即個佢嗰隻嘅散啦 a lot of people 你已經灑啲人你要哈做一定要做喺度先啦
Yoko.
but you just got to do something and 喺度先 and people will watch.
Yeah, you're right on that. My sister, she likes to watch people go grocery shopping.
Oh yeah, some people actually like
Yeah,
watching others clean.
yeah,
Yeah.
and clean and do yard
Uh-huh.
work, right? Um, we have was it M is it MYX in the dark, a new subscriber and follower. Thank you.
Yep, MIX is actually a creator too. She runs she is the one that leads the content creators, I think. Yeah, she has her own YouTube channel. So she's I forget. I think it's Mixed in the Dark is her YouTube channel.
Okay,
I don't know.
mixed in the dark.
Yep, I don't know if you ever met her.
I seen some of her content before.
Yep.
Uh, I know him by Larry, but this is Savage Vision
Yeah.
in the house. What's
Yep.
up, bro? How you
Savage.
been?
Savage is always fun to hang out with, man. Too bad he's too far.
Yeah, man, he's from Sacramento. Look what I have right here. Look,
But
Savage Vision Sandal. You know,
oh
yeah.
shit, man.
Big shout outs to him, man. Like we've been like networking, and also we know each other from way back then, man.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And he sponsored a whole bunch of giveaway and also
Absolutely.
merch for me
Larry's
to rock
definitely one of
up here in Alaska.
yeah, he's definitely one of our sponsors as well. So shout
Mhm.
out to Savage Vision, man. I want to give a shout out to his clothes brand too. He's got some bomb ass clothes.
Yep. Mong Inspire. What's up,
Mhm.
Christopher? Her stories are good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen like little reels or clips. I gotta go and like dive in more deeper.
Yeah, she doesn't show her face because a lot of her viewers haven't seen how she looked like. So Nichi show no Jim watch I play chỉ nên chống cha hay là follow nữa hả?
Yeah, female or woman do get a little bit extra follower for that. You know?
That's how it goes.
Larry, man, bro, all good on this end for sure, brother, for sure, man.
Love you, Larry.
Stay up. Oh, yeah, some interesting little Q&A I got for you.
Yeah.
You got any question for me?
Oh, heck yeah. I got questions, man. Of course I got questions. Okay. You ready?
Guys, if I'm like jabbering because
We lost you. Can't hear you. Can't. Yep, Chinoko. Nope, Chino. I think it might be the. Okay.
Hello.
Yep. You're good.
Okay.
You're back on.
Don't mind me, guys. Sometimes I'm like gibbering because most of the time we ain't much so no. Yeah, the which social day
Yeah.
makes
No
sense.
worries.
All right, brother.
So my question is, do you think that it should be allowed for Hmong men to marry more than one wife?
You know, I grew up in a household where my dad was actually engaged to my mom. They were like not actually boyfriend and girlfriend, and my
Mhm.
mom had to marry into my dad's family, like not knowing what he was like until they actually had my first sibling. Um, my dad, he was at the end of the day, he did end up being really loyal, and he taught me that he taught me that if you can't handle one, how you gonna handle two, right? I know back in the days, I think bây giờ mỗi người chúng ta có một other point này, is extra arm, extra
Uh-huh.
leg to help you out around. But for me personally, yeah,กู只問一開罐對隻股，我哋股只碌狗樣，if you
Mhm.
you know you can't handle one, how you gonna handle two?
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So my take on it is chúa là không tỏ từ
Oh, I don't want to put my friend on blast, but I did have a friend who
just don't mention his name. We'll be
yep,
good.
yep, right.
Okay.
I did have a friend in modern time, hai big generation, no, like new more open there, and yeah, nhưng lý có hay coi chỗ là không lái hay vậy, tao nữ không
Uh,
lái hay vậy.
yeah. Okay, now roles are reversed. So how about Atutsi then?
Okay, let's see what. Okay, that's what making the
Woman
dog.
with two husbands.
What about the opposite? Woman
Yeah,
with two
we
husbands.
just asked. She's right on
Oh
it.
man,
Yeah.
係真的誒，係真的，不能冇other字嘛，你係變咗一個 society 嘛，俾人懵啦嘛，俾 insta 擺是得前面講啦嘛。I don't want to say that 冇other字，but like there's like I guess the definition is swinger where like 冇other字啦，Tarondo or and like they're okay with that,
Mm.
yeah. But to me, I would, I try to not be. I don't. This is not political. This is actually from our community, but I try not to like, dive into these questions because I don't want to offend people. Because yeah,
Oh, okay. So okay. For me, same answer for the men's, So Joker handle all those.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you more brief, like more simple answers. Then
Okay. All right. Are you asking the question now? Because I still got more. So
no, you're still on, bro. You're gonna be
okay.
on. Yeah.
I always was curious about. Oh, no, I actually live in Minnesota.
So
Sorry,
she was from Minnesota and I'm from Alaska.
yeah.
Chris.
But I always was curious. I watched one of your episodes with the brother and the pit comedy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And nailing the wife from Tikton Blona, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did the process go? Did you guys just go over there and pick one out and paid for it and then brought her back, or?
Great question. Big shout outs to I believe it's Benji or Benjamin. I hope I got your name right. Sorry, bro. Then they which don't go Benji or Benjamin. Okay, yeah. New comedy sketch on TikTok. Stuff good funny.
Uh-huh.
We had an amazing time last time he was on the podcast. Yeah, so I love sharing this this story with a lot of people. I'm not gonna get like super detailed, but then I'm gonna share what I can. I never thought that I was gonna ever marry a woman from overseas.
Mhm.
I'm like born, like I wasn't born here, but then I was pretty much raised here, right? So I'm like stuck in the middle, like modern and like traditional clashing. And I never imagined that I was gonna marry back home. But then one day I lost some weight and I told myself, hey, I'm looking for a wife. And just scrolling on social media, dude, you could say hi to 10 girls and they will respond back. Like everybody
Oh
would say
shit.
hi, 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 right? So thằng đó
Yeah.
giờ của chuyện Úc đó, thằng đó mà của chuyện mà luận câu đấy của tôi Nhật Bản đó ya, của chuyện Úc đó, của hi, 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 hi. So I was like talking to a few girls, and I also told my wife. So if she is watching this, if she is watching this, she's not gonna be mad. But yeah, it was just one of the random girl that I said hi to, and the conversation went on for hours and hours at night. And at that time, it's about 2018. A lot of my family was like, "Hey, don't get scammed. Hey, because there's a lot of story, and there still is in our community about có thả luồng câu rồi có dụng này tự chả biết có mà scam này. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then after finding out that she was actually working somewhere, and then she is actually from Laos, because I thought she was living in that country, right? But she was working somewhere, and then she's actually from Laos, and then she went back home, and yeah, we got the time and the place, and I actually went and met her. But before that, I had like my relatives over there go and meet her too, just to make sure that she's not somebody's wife or somebody's girlfriend. Có trong một tên mày nhỏ.
Okay.
Chị của bạn chính này chị ông đây của bạn chính mà tư là shit thà phải là ít xong ó chị
Okay.
của hai này thế của tôi sẽ có cũng nhà có nhiều issue nhiều kia chị. Yeah, when I went and everything clicked, chemistry, we got married. Sadly, at that time, when Donald Trump's first term, he actually initiated a visa ban. So even though I came back home, even though I got all my stuff done, because of that visa ban, I processed my paperwork. My family was actually stuck there for about almost 3 years before they actually got to America.
Whoa.
Only when Joe Biden became president and the administration switched that around was my family able to come. Like, not to get political, but yeah, if Donald Trump had won again, I'm pretty sure my family would have never been here until maybe I don't know when,
Yeah.
Yeah, the process of the process of sheet employ information back in the day, it was really scarce. 2018 2019 mà thằng ấy chỉ tốn muốn nâng tự lo cái social media hay để có một gì quá chỉ có đóng tự á chỉ có tôi cho gì mấy cái này có đóng tự á có nhất tao lại có tụi lú tiểu tuổi à. So the people who knew about it, they gatekeep. So the only way you can do it on the Laos or Thailand side was pay somebody. I had to pay somebody $3,000 just to help me out. Not even do it, just to help me out.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So the best route for me was the marriage route. Some people, they do fiance. Like, if you ever seen the show 90 Day Fiance?
Yep.
Yeah, some people they claim that doing fiance they could get to America faster. So like, well, fiance, yeah, like back in the days, yeah, like I've heard story like 3 months and they're here already. But now in the time we live in, it's not like that anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went with the marriage route, and I had to actually get a marriage certificate back home, and also blessing. We had a son, so I also had to like get him here too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so my firstborn was born in Laos, but then he's American citizen because we young citizen. I didn't transfer New York. Okay. Talk with I did all my paperwork, but I called Donald Trump. Okay. Even though it was still stuck, we still did all of our paperwork in Laos. Like, paperwork total cost about almost like 5,000 at that time. 2000.
Wow.
20 in America side, it's really easy in America. You could just go to immigration.gov, and then they give you like this packet and say this section, or this is what we need. In America, it's all like digital, where in Laos you have to go to like an office, get a stamp, go to an office. You probably gotta like bribe somebody some money to look at your paperwork, because if not, then they're gonna just put it on the desk for like a year or something. Yeah, so a lot of people now, because they went through the process, has shared the information, so it's highly on like groups or like có nông cụ chị có thể có
Mhm.
cụ mua chị nông chị mới tụi tỏ nông cụ chị muốn tụi mới tụi tỏ nông nữa chỉ được khe chỉ tới nó
Yeah.
chỉ chỉ trong thủ đó, but you still have to like jump through that hoop of doing the paperwork in Laos. So yeah, there some people in Laos that make a lot of money off of this, bro.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they make
Man.
a lot of money.
Yeah, cô là nông sợ chỉ là cô nông cụ yêu mua dễ thứ.
Go handle player.
I think I probably have a better chance with them than someone over here. Dropping all my you spoil job. But no offense, girls. Y'all know how you are.
A lot of people ask me, you know, like my thought on it, right? My thought is this: then that's where it is, bro. Like I can't say that it's good or bad because I went through it and I had a really bad experience. But then that was so
Yeah.
look, I ain't gonna lie. I'm happy, man.
Yeah.
Out of like outside of work and all my little hobbies, I'm happy with my, little family.
Man, I should have done that way too. Huh? I'm just kidding. Hopefully my wife ain't watching this.
He promised me before we talked about this. He just wanted to know the process.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
It sounds fishy now. So would you have preferred like Lao women, or would you have preferred like to itaponya momika?
So me, I was looking for like a really I don't want to say like traditional, but then like cho nên chỉ cho cái cha cuối vì they mới cho not to like disrespect cho bắt mommy guy but like mới cho mà like spoke cái cha mong like my wife do she's like really traditional, like she know how to do like this like that. Not saying that like that I don't, but like and I grew up in a household of like that was what I was looking for. So when I found that, I was like, oh dude, like totally,
Yeah, that's good. My wife, she knows her family's very well known for Jamonketown, but my wife, she knows a little more, and she makes up her own rules too.
Yeah, definitely. Like, well, like check the low, like yeah, pay who below my wife is kind of like the one that's doing it. Like she's the one that's starting it because we grew up in traditional house. When I was younger, I was like kind of like, long story short, like I was kind of like so that's why when I was looking for when I was looking for a wife, I kind of leaned towards the traditional. And boyfriend love, you do one. So yeah.
I got you.
Let's check the comment section really quick. Yes, Christopher, thank you for hanging in there with us. I still haven't seen a picture of your face too, and you've been my friend on social media for a while now. Or have I? And I just don't remember, dude. Sometimes I don't remember what I ate yesterday. Knowledge is power. Yes, sir.
So, Chokya, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, do you know the name for salmon in Hmong?
No, I don't.
Jay,
yeah, more Jay, but I'm not Jay by 9, Jay B, Jay. That's a great question. I never thought of that.
No, I was always curious. Do you know the name for lobster in Hmong?
No, I don't.
It's actually funny because I actually had my seafood high on it. It's like it's like I think that's a catfish. Catfish is J-tofu.
Yeah. Catfish when we're like young, J Cole,
Okay.
Yeah. So your question is hella like random.
Random as fuck. Yeah. Oh, do you know how? Another one. Do you know how to say avocado in Hmong? avocado.
I don't, dude. Yeah. What's avocado Hmong?
I actually don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, which bar? Like, I actually failed Hmong class, dude. Hella sad.
What? There's a Hmong class over where you guys are at?
Yeah. So no, in Sacramento, California, Hmong language was actually one of like the language you could take
Oh.
to as what your what is it credentials to graduate, and
Uh-huh.
I actually failed, man. Yeah, dude, the teacher, Mr. Vang, big shout out to Mr. Vang. I don't know if he's still around now, but yeah, he was hella mad, dude. Like,
Holy shit.
Mong cái chị bao lù mong, cái chị bao xong mong, mong cái chiều thằng đó. Like, I was like,
Whoa.
damn, really?
Damn.
I
He
was just
buried
like,
you.
I was just like, damn. I didn't know if that was like appropriate or not at that time. It's not like today's world where hella people is hella soft now, you know.
Yeah.
So he was straight up. He said that to me, man.
Wow. How did you feel after that?
So growing up, I was just like, man, like nah.
Did you think about death after that?
No. Oh, you talking about when he said that to me?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was hella sleepy, man, because like, dude, we was, like hanging out, partying, like, you know, when we get off school, you know, or like just up all night, you know, out, you know, riding bike and stuff like that. Walking to like the grocery store. So you know, a lot of this stuff I never share with people, but the people are vocal, like both time. I was sleepy. I was in class like this.
Okay. Well, that explains it.
All right. Christopher, we don't have words for those fish or sailfish because those animals are not known back in Laos. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. I know that we use a lot of borrow words from Chinese, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like growing up, I didn't know that like bathroom, like hong na konong, that was like lum blah,
Yeah. Or like neku, you know,
yeah.
all blah words.
Laos and Thai were all mixed in, just like kind of our food. But you got any more questions before we go to the next segment?
Oh no, we can hop into the next segment. I'm totally
okay.
cool. Yeah.
Damn, I had like a little planned program.
Sorry.
You know, you're natural at it. That's why. That's amazing. That's why I love watching your stuff. No, don't. Yep. That's why I love watching your content.
Yeah.
One of the things that I love about your podcast is some of the questions you ask, right? They're like hard questions, and I always like feel like that's what you should know, guess, huh? And I keep it to like questions that I kind of like prepare already. And
yeah,
this episode is gonna be amazing. I might be like blah blah blah, but
no, I love it actually.
I might be able to use some of these little clips for like little short.
You have to. Hey, you got to tell them about the process of you know.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in, guys. Thank you guys for joining us in the live comment. If you guys are watching live, make sure to leave a comment where you're watching from, where you're having for dinner. Other than that, if you guys aren't already following Tell Among Podcast, amazing podcast show, you guys find him on Facebook, Tell Among Podcast, and also YouTube at Tell Among Podcast. So we are actually gonna go and dive into his YouTube channel and check out some of his video that I been watching, and it's been really interesting. Lý cụ từ coi cụ sẽ có những share cái chỗ cái share like mong mong cái trái rồi tới 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 cho content cho có cái cho mong cái trái rồi nè. When I was younger, I was like, I don't know, I was so shy away from like mong cái trái, but now as teenager or like man in the house, mong ya, I've been trying to learn, and có cho có chừng đó cũng sách cơ à. So I got one video prepared for us from your YouTube channel, and you could either share some context or có tàu cho tái and có mà share bait there,
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you. Okay, so role play 这个多做这个，我做国家可能
程度呢，到班里这小叫呢这要透过加多这古海里家古这里还的。
两个多这个做还得哦，啥里家古多了，就多八十多年了，这么我别了了，半年程度了是。
OK，
呀，
这师傅古多做呢，古多80多年了，这古么我别了了，就那叫我半年程度是呢。
呀，有那天古个龙背狐狸家天个好乐里家都阿姊被绑那天个音乐起天包天。
哦，这那这要古诶古年代了。ก็พอจะยกกุญแจตายแล้วนะ
哦，对呀 ，OK， 这要领导那这你要都要记了这要领导搞好你家呢古天保家的要做年了要古要退小做古天保家的古做年了这么等接的古天保家那个塔的
这古路边这要做学步เนาะ
做学 OK 这要领导这个要你要都要年了这我的那天呢都天年我做得到呢你我都能做了这啥呢哎肉呢做半年天道林中的做学业做的努的天道林中的做学工的天报考了种报考了种努你我都我家呢去这接力你啥事了也错你都那别晒别学的容易这大呢你多了你都建制多少日长度多少如多八百这小就单单的换这老婆单这真nó khá là luôn gì giờ bây giờ cho sau luôn năng ở năng sự lo thì bây giờ chú là nên tiền cho nên tụi sẽ tụi gì họ giờ nó khá là luôn gì bây giờ cho họ chỉ chơi phi sinh lo trả gì họ sẽ chỉ chia sự và sự lo năng lo nên tụi sẽ chỉ bây giờ sẽ trả bên ngoài ở đây ở tụi ở nhà trâu nó nữa mà chỉ cũng có chủ lo bể nó chỉ thầu của hai nó mà cũng chủ lo nhỏ sáng là có cũng mà hai
chỉ có lo ở kia ít tiền cái trên chia sát từ nó sẽ
thầu lúc trong sát từ là những tàu ta xí man đời nó mà lý nhóm đời lúc trong sân đời nó chỉ có những tiền nó được bị tụ cổ là những tàu có mà pay là những tàu họ nhà có chỉ lý nhóm đời lúc trong sân đời lý nhóm này face pay chỉ lý pay là những tàu như vậy ok cho cú yêu tụ thời giờ chúa thầu cú chạy trâu mà cú yêu chủ wow cho trâu nó là đâu cú họ yêu có yêu tụ tôi sáng đầu tôi là gì có yêu chủ cho này nó nè có phát thì mà có chủ cho một sản lượng nó cho lợi thiết theo cho lợi hay thì yêu một tua mà yêu sẽ đỡ bao những tua ba lợi như thế yêu chủ cho yêu chủ giỏi yêu phát thì lên nó theo cho lợi thì yêu tua này những tua ba lợi thì tiền nó nè họ yêu小椒呢，这头有在做也有做，我就做就真正了都有，就都看
，OK，
这好那么呀，这你们也师傅，这个都师傅们的黑股们要领导，那这好我做这个要系，这要股系股上大，那这股嘛黑个系，嘛股嘛系好的，要个在里讲了呢
，OK，
这要股系这股系的，我做呢。都天涯再说呀
再说
你只这这里你我路能你做了这啥弄了这百年你百年天道林中被做百年做学业做百年弄百年天道林中能做学工能贴报好了种毛好了种弄要里你我都我家你只这这里你啥事了有错你多到被谁被学的容只这大手到你多了你都坚持多少日长度多少如多八百这小john da dan da换这老婆的这走路干的路子被这小脚走飞升了在一手接住哇住老能被约住了你等要你都接东西要路干的路子被这小脚只走飞升了在一手只接住哇住老能老你都坚持被约底检查被用噶我那做呢那这被那那
这
个炸股yes
see how okay. All right. Share a little context on
Yeah.
who this brother is, and oh man, I don't like this. Who this brother is, and maybe how you feel about that when you was like filming that, man.
Oh, so that is like actually could do a seafood lipeya.
Okay.
I've always wanted to take a Gejai Hmong class, huh?
Yeah.
And this podcast has like taken me so many different places. So I saw on a post of one of our previous guests that came on our podcast on the page on that they had a monkey class that they were teaching for free. So I told my wife I'm gonna go, and then I went. There was like about man, it's like
Oh
just this
wow.
one compact room, and they had like I think eight or nine or 10, maybe and then so there's ZJ, there's Shatjua, and then there's also Mikona. So they teach you like weddings, funeral, and also Wetutsi Jasona. And that's my Sifulipe to a youngest out of Lo Choe brothers that teaches Kitai. And there's quite a bit of other instructors too. But he's one of the ones that are very well educated in it as well. And then kuchili nong ne shani pukaku e tope ne kia e ikho Kitai chope tope mo ocho nya chandu and tope yo e sai nya chandu na. So he gave me that those knowledge that he was saying. Everybody has a different way of saying it because kupo the Mongling la haitsa from Monda and then Monda la haitsa from other Mondas, hana. So always there's like a basic things that they always have to catch, like topani tanglan tanghuana. Those are some of the things that that's like one of the verses that you always have to say. And then there's also other verses that they always put in there that you're going to hear a lot of. And when you hear so much of it, then you kind of know what to say and how to put the words in there. But then everybody but I love the way Sifu Lipe he puts it in his way, because he covers everything to the point where so he gets to that part also. But if you actually watch that part where I was talking and and I started choking up because I was using his line, and I was choking because I was like it was so I'm like got I'm like I'm like, so you will choke. My first time going there and doing it, and then oh thank you thank you, that's your cue. That's your cue to say, oh, so you have to let them know that you know your verse, because I've been to funerals where that's your cue to let them know that you know your verse, and then so I've had that happen to me before. But so the comoli a kodola montoli a ipodolana in the proper way of the Hmong verses. So Sifu Lipe, thank you to Sifu Lipe for actually sharing that with us. And just a backstory on that, behind the whole story on that. I got 2 hours of sleep, and then I woke up and I'm like, oh my god. So I had to call Sifu Lipe again. I'm like, hey, Sifu, is that what go? And he's like, yeah, my hair was still sticking up and everything. I just woke out of bed and I ran over there, grabbed my cameras and everything, and then went and set it up. It's like, oh, what you it was just like one shot kill. Because I had to work another 12-hour shift, so I had to get back home. But yeah, and then it took me like 2 days to actually finally get that edited and put it out there. So
yeah, that's being passionate and being like into shika. Yeah. 個嘛個整佢啲個整
Oh,
我
man.
content 咪沙型咧。I know how you feel, man.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. That's great content right there. Like 你估計出包嘅嘅嗰陣嗱個做嘅真係就會識佢啦。
Oh, yeah.
其實我咪估識到大嘅估識學嘅，譬如 I don't know ADHD 之類，but or something else.
Oh,
You know?
yeah, so a little tip for everybody, yun siya na, sako, and how I got better at it too. My father-in-law, I recorded him saying "Kakitana," and what I did was I spent a whole hour just replaying it and listening to it. Excuse me. And so kumunu play do and the kuchakamunu high do so kuhai ikomame juju muna, and I try to remember part where I left off, and then I go further and further, and then I go back and try to say the whole thing again. So that was my little tip for you guys, and that's what I did, and I did that for a whole 4 hours total to finally get the verse. And then that's when you get it. Now you have to go and practice and perform it. So you have to go and perform it at the funeral. Now totally it's okay. Funeral, because you'll see me and Sifu Lipe it's gonna be like that. And if you listen to what they're saying, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna choke. So the best thing to do is so just focus on yours and choke up. And that's one thing that I realized after I started doing that, I stopped choking. So you just you don't worry about theirs. You go and then of course then there's the other side where so yeah, that's what I did.
Amazing, great tip, yeah. All right, guys. I do have one more video to share before we check out the live comment section. But then looks like I think your wife is in the comment section. Hopefully, she didn't watch the part where I was explaining about your blah. Yeah.
Not show our. It's closed. Don't worry, nobody's looking. Man, jeez. She worry about the bedroom. We're in the bedroom. Don't mind my bedroom, okay? This is where I do all my work, okay? So
hell yeah. I have one more video that I'm gonna also play too, kid. This is actually man, when you did this podcast,
yeah.
Where did I go? Okay, stop sharing screen. When you did this podcast with Leela?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not like hella versed in like the stuff that's going on in the community with like Leela and stuff. But then I'll occasionally see Leela's journey and story pop up on, groups that I'm in, and a pretty interesting story to share.
I have a story with Leela too. So after Komachota, I will share my story.
Yeah, definitely, man. I didn't get a set, so I'm gonna look for. I was watching it. There was a part where she asked you guys the questions.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to find that really quick. Okay.
No, she asked some very tough questions.
Okay, I think I found something. All right.
Okay, I got it now. Okay.
I got a question, G. So Gosanong ne you have to be honest.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, name mo itu mitu lo min chai itu mitu ni thai itu transgender woman ni sai ja phene ni po as ni po kan than.
That's a good question. Damn. Okay.
That's good. Well, okay. I don't have kids yet.
Yeah.
So I could come out come off with this perspective, and then Shua has kids, so like he has more of the real take.
Oh, yeah.
Mine is just the theoretical take. I think I would be okay with it, but you know, I think and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're a trans woman, can you have kids?
Có bớt lắm nhiều.
Yeah. So you're right, then that's what I've like heard. So I think my question to say my son or my child who likes a trans person is there could be a chance that marry like, or would they be okay with like not having kids, or else perhaps looking to adoption?
Yeah.
You know, that's the real question I'll have. Like,
Okay.
the more either partner, but then I think, and as long as you know they love each other, I think that's for me. Like that's the only requirement I want my kids.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for the real one.
I've always don't get me wrong, cú chấm mình nhona, cú yên you lo cú yên more how chai chai play how trans or
Yeah.
how bi or gay or whatever. Okay, so cú yên more how na.
Yeah.
And it's something cú yên sa cho hill, and I've really thought about that. That's until like they really grow up to figure it out. So, I love my kids a lot, and that happens. I'm very. It would take me a while to accept na that she knew she bad bully le ta she na. So I rather accept and still be there with them and go la nhot ta kuna and and I would still love them to still be there, but there's no buts, okay? And then I would support them, right? You ying chimo gate the hana that you ying understand the ying mo ting na and ying mo cha your tua your joke.
Yeah.
And that's just part of it too.
Yeah.
So I think call reality ma you ying chisaka nu chishi li ta shi nu chishi na na je gu support gu ying luta and yon la mu yo to trans person or yo la mu yo to trans person sama. It's just like what John said. Yeah, because gu ying just chow min yo hana, so that should I'm like I'm totally I give up with all my kids now.
You have to go out. I'm doing
But
live.
I would love to have like things to leave that she joy with whoever they are with. So they tell that
My son.
like
It's okay.
never in my life I've ever seen a trans person there, right?
Yeah.
And then I was cashing out, and this guy Nusha, probably Tofi, really tall, skinny, lanky guy, and all he was wearing was like a bra and a short skirt. And the law, I'm like, it's a guy, obviously.
Yeah.
And and I have never seen that before. I was in shock, but I'm like, oh, go my own business, you know. But we're having more of those, and we're seeing more of it. But the biggest thing I think is that I have a lot more respect for the ones that are like you, Leela. And I'm not trying to say like you or judging anyone out there, but like there was no decision because the be you like being sai had the be you upon ya na be you like being you lolly whatever, huh? And go you show for is only done. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So Leela, what about you with that?
Yeah, did you want to give a take on that one too, Vesing?
Did I want to get a take on that one? Man, I would have to share a personal story before
go for it.
I would have to share a personal story before I actually give my take on it. So my brother, my youngest brother, grown up, normal. He was like hanging out with like two little girl that was in the neighborhood. In middle school, you kind of figure out he was kind of like like, hey, he was kind of like sassy. He actually came out the closet, and my parents, man, they couldn't like at first they couldn't accept it, man. Quái bần they're new to Chicago, pay my quái bần mà new to Chicago that shit. Li mong mong người mong mong cái cha đấy mong người nhót tỷ u to à they don't well, not right now, but like back in the day, like something like that, if you came out the closet or if you told them that something like that, they're gonna be upset, like blah 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 blah, right?
They frown upon it still, during that time.
It had to take my brother until he was in his I believe in his 20s before he actually came out. But then when he came out, my parents couldn't accept it, and unfortunately, he was pretty need to share and that he's not my parents' kid anymore, and he kind of just did his own thing. That's we live in a time where like stuff like just stuff that you like this subject and this topic is more acceptable now. There mấy cho nè đất gì rồi chỉ cho cái trái sao chỉ là chỉ là cứ đẹp lại cái nó cứ chỉ nhau rồi tàu chơi rồi tàu chơi là chỉ cứ burn nó mà just saying like chỉ trong thâu lo it was still really hard for the community. Okay.
Yep.
And then from my opinion, if I had a kid that was trans, gay, lesbian, I don't share and like there's so many stories of cho nên chỉ bắt车này chạy lỡ tu xe này chạy lỡ một đây tua rồi nó chút tua rồi they harm themselves. Có tụi mình nhỏ có yêu có tụi mình chúng một tờ có luôn nữa có yêu tụi mình chùa có luôn nữa có yêu tụi mình tờ lo thì sao vậy là nữa đó. That's kind of like how I feel about it.
Yeah, that is a very deep question that she asked, and like what I know, going starts out the question to come up with something so going to tell her that what can I do about it?
Yeah.
So the backstory with Leela was that I wanted Leela to come on a long time ago. Like last year, so after na her episode, I'm going to Leela come on. But she kind of went out of the public and she disappeared. And so that video told Nuchen come out and the choke. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
So I came out with that one, and then that one like crushed me because Leela came out telling her heart and telling it to her dad, the one that she the way you said that you trust on her, and you said that and that crushed me, and I think it crushed a lot of people too. And so after that, then I was like, man, I got to get Leela on the show, and like, I was trying to think about how to get a hold of Leela, but then she like disappeared for a while. And then I reached out to her again, and then Chad, one of my crew members, he said that you can just reach out to Leela here because she started opening her page again. And so Guchili reach out to Leela, and then she was very skeptical about coming on, but topic insult or it's actually more for educational purposes, and so yeah, she was willing to come on, and then we talked. But yeah, some stuff that it was like needing sensitive, that she you just take the and in her video, like that was the first video that I created, and she didn't really want me to put it out there after it got so much attention on the first day that she told me to take it off at the third day, or I think it was after a week, I'm not sure, but I took it down, and it was really emotional, even like when I watch it, it was 你應 effect 佢嘛 because 個應全部係個要個點樣嚟攞嚟講啊 so you start to take that so now it really like the love I have for my kids it does affect me as well you start to 要做乜嘢啦 so
Y'all good.
yeah
Yeah, man. Y'all content go what my league high. It's you ask hard questions and you shine
Mhm.
light on subjects that are in our time that matters, man. That's why I love watching your
Yeah.
content. And
appreciate it thank you
if you guys are still on, if you guys are still joining us live or rewatching this, and you guys don't know where to see more content or where show us content art, make sure to visit his Facebook page, Telemon Podcast, and also YouTube channel, Telemon Podcast. Follow and subscribe, okay? He has a lot of amazing episodes from the past, music artists, just prominent people, influencer, and things that are sensitive, like Leela's story that he was able to document and share with us.
thank you thank you for listening I appreciate
man.
it
Love your content, dude. We're gonna check out the comment section, but that ain't law show của tứ khả năng muốn bring up thì ta ya tao lo mấy cho của chị cho anh chị nutrient thôi bờ lỡ giờ
Shanghai
Shanghai. I will come back later to finish going to go watch some fight on TV. Thank
So,
you, brother, for joining
Shanghai
us.
is actually he came on our episode 7 him and
Okay.
Scofield on so they've been on our podcast before
I
so
gotta
if you guys
check
haven't
it out.
seen that one check that one out
Yeah, definitely. We got brother Chai Zong. Good stuff, guys. Keep
Thank
it
you,
up.
Chai.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us tonight. If you're still on, brother. And then Christopher, big shout out to Christopher. You're still on. You've been on since the beginning. Keep watching, bro. It's gonna be a
Thank you, Chris.
fun
Appreciate
live stream podcast, and I hope to inspire others to keep on doing this.
Yeah, and I would be heartbroken if you stop, honestly, because podcast go do shite especially when you bring on guests, man. Like this, like just like this, it's very entertaining too.
Lee, but that time, man, I wish I had I wish I was in like California or Minnesota or somewhere where we might be better like like well, yeah, they
Yeah.
got one. I love your setup like that. I love that setup.
Mhm.
They are more more technology. No, I bet you like even though she daily what like
True, that's very true. But I'll tell you that this is a lot easier though. The way you do it. For me, I have to do like multiple angles, and I have to put them all together.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you about how your setup is too. Through a private
Oh,
DM.
I will share that someday. I will have to share that on the podcast.
Yeah, behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Christopher, run the Hmong words through Google Translate and see what comes out.
Oh,
Like Hmong AI. Oh,
yeah. So the thing with some they won't tell you what it is. Like for the first one, so people don't know what zipudu is, and that zipudu is actually a cow. It's actually a cow. So
oh wow! So that's the meaning, huh?
yeah, so that's why you have to understand that you won't know what they are. And even there's some words that I don't even know what they mean too. So you have to ask, not be afraid to ask them as well. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's why you have to go to those classes.
Christopher, that interview with Leela was a good interview. Yeah, man. I watched it.
We did get a lot of feedback from her interview, and it was probably a very good deep interview that people loved.
Christopher also said, "Dang, that Leela interview gave me a better understanding of what trans people go through. Sucks that you had to take it down, and I am glad I was able to witness that interview."
Yeah, and her interview, the one thing with hers that I would never forget is that I didn't know trans and gays were different. I didn't know that. they're all different in their own way. So that was one new thing for me.
And Christopher, I'm cleaning the house and listening here to support the podcast. Thank you, brother. Make
Thank
sure
you.
to check out Telemon Podcast too if you haven't already.
Appreciate it, Christopher. Thank you.
All right, guys. It's been a fun 1 hour and 20 minutes, man. We had some difficulty when we started, but man, it's been smooth sailing. And thank you guys all for tuning in live. Also, if you guys are rewatching this, make sure to check out my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. Also, Telemon Podcast too. So whenever he has some new content, you guys get to see it. Whenever I come on live, you guys get to see it too. We do have one more segment before we end the program, but it's been a really fun program. If you guys have any questions, make sure to drop it in the comment section and ask me or Shua, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna get back into some Q&A again.
Yeah, go for it.
呢個學校冇幾濟啦又個實啲you know our children in the future 有得前面講個實啲啦，譬如啲你個比較上就呢個比較สมัยนอ比較老了擺大了又比較 children 個實啲啦不正式冇幾濟啊。
So that was actually a really good question brought up by one of the brothers in the Beilue culture class, huh? And the answer to that was that Josifu they had the exact same question for Le Josifu tia. And Le Josifu said the same thing too. That it will keep prevailing, it will keep continuing because and then they're going to teach it on to the next ones and it's going to keep going. So there's only it's dying out, it's wither away on, but no, it's actually now more and more people are starting to come back to it, wanting to learn more about it. So I believe it's actually going to be getting back into Beige roots, huh? And more people are going to want to learn more about it. So yeah, I believe it's going to prevail.
Yeah,你古特是那古老了，古是啥个那样啦。但是被人被强的节全部在是不得就能的 program 这里到那个哈。
Yeah, and always use like YouTube, just social media.
Yeah.
Everything that la high hona ni yin yo tema. Actually, not the shashe ko listen to love for like what I did 4 hours to get one verse, you know. And that's literally what I had to do was sit there for 4 hours listening to it, and then you replay it in your head constantly, and then finally now you got to go practice it at the funeral and put it to work. Yeah.
Yeah, like你古年係古年嘅冇 YouTube 嘅冇使嚟好 play 嘅個 copy 嚟好 play.
Just like that.
Like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely, man. But 大家俾啲睇在在冇幾濟嚟啊，冇嘅呢嗱平時嘅我都不年人嚟帶嚟啊。Is there like do you feel like in our community that there's like a common practice that you know we should ban, or like an activity that we do that is not in the public eye? Yeah,
there is. And I think, and it's not even necessary too, but drinking is I don't think drinking is really necessary. It's unbelievable the alcohol that they drink at funerals and weddings. I understand it's a ceremony, it's occasional and okay, yeah, wedding go understand, but funerals, like what the hell? And I think that there should be less alcohol at funerals instead of partying as if it was a wedding. I think that's wrong. So, but who am I? You know, who am I to say that? So,
oh man, you're Telemon podcast, man. You have a. I'm not done yet. So mấy chừng thà mấy chừng but yeah, definitely của những bỏ đi coi mà của những bỏ đi coi của chế của đè để bé cho cái tí chế bé chỉ chua hậu trợ rồi chế bé ở旁边那边后比心刀哈chế
啊
要係 你对叫古木到了non到了好问得来古古在一蹦呀的古好多古古好古好多古在一不嘅我分享到是
Yeah,
but
exactly.
they not just story there's too many story of alcohol addiction also alcohol related death
Mhm.
uh, that maybe we need to use that 18 clan no drinking pass yeah I feel the
Yeah,
same too man.
I wish 18 Clans would be a little more involved in the community as well too. Not just coming out there supporting certain things, but shit, like get on social media. That's where everyone is. Kind of get yourself out there. Because community, community, you gotta get involved with them, not just in private or in personal, but then also in public as well. Like public, just social media, so yeah, I wish I could see them and hear them engage. We did, however, did reach out to Go Yiseng before, and we were gonna do a podcast with Go Yiseng. I can actually upload those content that we took when we were over there,
Mm-hmm.
and Batan Gongpinga, I think that's the name, in Minnesota here. He actually explained about Joko Yiseng and what they were. Just that we wanted to sit down and actually take a look so that we can actually talk with them. But then look, you're building, and they were so busy trying to get that building, so they never got the chance to get back to us. So, but now we have a bigger following than they do, so they might want to come on. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's currency right there, man. Followers. Yeah, but Beto Kumato, I'm from California. But when I was from California, I don't think they were like, I don't know if they were out yet or if they're like out there in the community like how they are right now. But Alaska, no, we don't have a Patan program or title. We don't have like you saying reach all the way out to us. It's actually just calm and everybody know everybody. If you got something going on, we just call each other. We all know each other, man. It's really tight. I'm talking about like if my son was to date or marry a Hmong person, I know that person. I know that family. So it's really tight here, but we don't feel the reach of Koyiseng out here in Alaska.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Question for you, Vasing. Do you know what the vice president is in Hmong? So the president. Okay, so there's structures, right? So there's the Jason, represent the clan, and then Batan is the president. Do you know the vice president? Do you know how to say that in Hmong?
Nope.
I believe it's the Lopatan. The Lopatan.
Lopata.
Yeah, I believe it is. But if I'm wrong, correct me out there. Just don't bash on me, but correct me. I believe it's Lopatan. Yeah.
I love these random questions get thrown at me. I'm like really like not really versed in like some of the Hmong stuff at all, man.
Oh,
and that's not law. I do want to learn it though, but I don't know. Too much stigma. Pata is like getting bad, But Alaska, pata.
Yeah.
We do have like prominent community members from like and then they're like kind of like our leaders here in Alaska.
Yeah.
And their family is the one that are like outreaching and outgoing and doing stuff like the Zong family that and the Zong family and all the families that that are involved in like Beilu and Hmong Harvest Festival.
Okay.
We can't call it not Beito because it's too controversial. That we decided to call it Harvest Festival because the big one and they're like, why you guys celebrate so early? It's not even Hmong New Year yet, but it's the we don't have like stadiums, we don't have like indoor field stuff like that. We do have one, but it's not like it's not like made for what we're trying to do. So the joy prominent Hmong member August now.
Oh, didn't know that actually. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. So more conflict with date just towards damn. I have
Yeah.
no choice though, you know.
So they decided to call it Hmong Harvest Festival instead of Hmong New Year.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
But it's Hmong New Year.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so recently Minnesota, you guys were celebrating Hmong 50 year in America. How do you feel like, or what do you think 50 year from now is going to be in our Hmong community? Because, with like Sanisa Lee, with God damn, I forgot her name. The golf player and Ying Sa, like being on like main stage now. How do you feel like in 50 years, man? Or like what do you think is gonna happen in our community? And also, the among members who are like, in like what is it, office, how do you think 50 years is gonna look like for our community in 50 years?
Oh man. I as of right now, like 50 years for Bayan Nugent still early, Nugent still like Nugent your big parents, huh?
Yeah.
Because I'm 38, so that's not good kids, huh? La tato la ditch boy hello make mong, but that's because they were born here. Bet more a lot of kids that still have Hmong still, huh? But in 50 years, I don't know if Hmong is Hmong. I'm sure it's still gonna be there. It's still gonna be there, but I think that it's gonna even bet Hmong. More people are very diverse now. They're getting out there and they're doing so much more things. Like in China, hana. So I can always go back and turn it to my martial arts. There was not a damn Hmong person in the gym. It was always cool. And I would go to the gyms and train over there. We the only Hmong Tamuli, which Hmong other than Kuilingsa, and then obviously like a few Asian guys, but they were either Japanese or they were either Lao or La Yanyalana. But then they were always cool, martial arts people are always down to earth and cool. So Kudichpo, other Hmong people, now when I go to other gyms, I always at least see one or two. So I hope that it continues and it grows just like how martial art is growing right now too, that now I'm seeing more and more people starting to do martial arts that are Hmong. And I believe that the community is going to be expanding and so it's going to be growing. They're going to have their certain niche that or like a certain passion that the girl that plays golf, and it's going to continue growing too, because it doesn't have to be just athletes. It could be about anybody in the music industry or anyone in the film industry, even in the content creation industry, right? So maybe even in like but like business wise too, and selling the littlest things and they become billionaires.
Right.
So pretty soon, I believe that I'm going to Hmong a billionaire, huh?
Yeah.
Well, as of right now, your older generation, okay, now we gotta invest in invest in our next generation, future. They would be investing in us to believe that we're going to be the ones to lead the next generation. And so that's the best way to look at it, is that there's one reason why I don't compete no more, is because I'm old now. I'm 30, close to 40. I'm 38, so close to 40. If I go back and fight, try to be at the spotlight, yeah, we can perform tao. That's she go to student. You perform a now I have to go corner him, and I can't even corner him because I just got knocked out. It doesn't help him. So that's why you have to invest. You have to invest in the younger generation and if we do that, we turn around and come and invest in the younger generation to it's going to happen. It's going to be only nothing but success. But that means that we're going to all have to work together too.
Yeah. There's no oh my god, but our children is the future, man. Beto cho chi cho shon ze beto can't wait to see the first Hmong astronaut. That's gonna be something we are really looking for. The first Hmong astronaut. I'm pretty sure there's some a few pilots already out there.
We have so many people in politics, so many Hmong people in politics up here in Minnesota, that I wouldn't be surprised if someone goes into office and tries to run for office in the presidency. You know,
Yeah, one
I'm
day.
not
Right?
surprised at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, the community out there are really involved in politics, man,
Yeah.
and are in like office.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see it though. Yeah.
You got any question for me?
Oh shit, man.
just keep
We
it
don't
kind
even
of
go up.
simple,
I know my questions are kind of random, but they're actually exciting too. So
Yeah, they're really cool, man. I love it. I love that curve, man.
all right. So last question. No, go now. Got your
Yeah.
favorite platforms, huh? That go China. What other platforms do you watch as a creator? What other Hmong platforms do you want to give a shout out to that you like and watch?
I'm gonna start with this, man. I want to give a big shout out to all the outdoor Hmong content creator from Minnesota.
Ooh,
They
okay.
are the one that actually inspired me when I was transitioning from videographer, photographer into being an outdoor like YouTube vlogger. If you do a little fishing, you might know there's a lot of prominent Hmong outdoor fishermen and hunter
Mhm.
in Minnesota that are actually featured in like Ito Mika stuff. Man, it's just that Lulu, maybe Lulu voice, or maybe they don't put it out there because they're really
Yeah.
humble.
Yeah.
And when I started my journey, starting my YouTube channel, I actually networked there with a lot of them, and they're really nice and humble, like JKV Outdoor, Wild Urban Adventure, Get Two Tackles. Some of them, they actually, Baku, kickstart what I was doing, actually sponsored me because some of the Hmong outdoorsmen in Minnesota, they actually have their own business in like tackle and
Oh,
guide
really?
service. And I lost the. I wish I was in Minnesota, but then I feel like it's also going to be competitive, But
Come visit. Just come
yeah,
visit.
yeah, man. Like I have to give them a really big shout out, man. There's like Wow Eats. There's also
Yeah.
Yang, one of your guests that's been on your show, Minnesota Made. A lot of guys, if who
Mhm.
係呢種比較大咗做 share 咗細價喎，yeah. I watched them and 你不大個係啊，古細兩啦，即古細嘅哦，古你就係講咗 content 嘅係啦呀。
Yeah.
And I kind of like not copy and paste, but then like look at how they did it, and I did it, man. And I do this as a hobby. I was like trying to just do this as a side gig on the weekend, but man, life is so busy, man.
Yeah. Right. I hear you. Yeah.
We can take with walk with y'all homework, like home and all the work they got to get done at home, But
Mhm.
yeah, man, like a lot of the YouTubers, I love watching like influencers. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy that mấy cho community member LGBTQ and they're like out there, you feel me? Like they're like like what content
Yeah.
wow, they're actually, I feel like they're actually more famous than fake and normal
Yeah.
like mấy cho content creator they're actually more famous and make good content, man. And
Yeah. Very true.
I support everybody, man. When it comes to content, man, it's not based on race, sex, or anything. It's based on, your talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then your podcast, you I have really short term memory sometimes, but yeah, like No Egg. There's another one with the three sisters.
116 hotline.
Yeah, like on the other one, like is it 3 inch? I see all
Yeah,
those.
3 inch.
I'm on like besides like working and being loving husband and father. I'm trying to pursue like a career in content creating or actually videographer, photographer. But it's taking its toll though. It's taking its toll, and
Mhm.
I honestly like every time I want to give up, bam, something like somebody or something always pushing me, and
Uh-huh.
I don't seem to quit, man.
No, you shouldn't.
And
You
one
really
word,
shouldn't.
one word of advice and leave like don't give up so easily. It takes years. I've been doing this for like 10 plus years.
Yeah, and you're like I said before, Lee. One thing that we learn about a content creation, they say be so good they can't ignore you, and that's literally got your content, because every time I go, like stroll down Facebook, got your content. I'm like, and then like I'm watching the whole thing, I'm like, oh man, got me, and that's what I'm talking about. Is like you got to be that good so that no one can ignore you, and they have to mention you. So
Yeah, I try my best to always try to like advance myself, but I'm really humble, and also I love networking with people. Like nobody is my competition. The only competition is myself. In the past, I've like like lên tuyên nông của lộc yên ba khe lên tuyên nông của lộc yên khe chơi anything like
yeah, you done that for me too. Yeah.
của mà của yên chỉ giải sẽ là mới cho nên mà là trở lại gì that's you gotta understand everybody's not that nice or friendly. So, yeah.
Yep, and I agree.
Yeah, what's some of your
Oh man.
content creator or platform or
So I would just say, if anybody out there is getting into content creation, you just have to be open to speak in front of a camera. Content, he just speaks in front of a camera, but he's wise about what he says.
Yeah.
And we need more people like that, but know how to create content as well. Because new all it is about what he's saying. That's why people love watching him. And then Ray is like on and off. Mohican, even he's trying to create content. One thing, yeah. One thing with Mohican is that he's straightforward, but then the one thing is his audio. He can better up his audio.
Right.
And I don't mind his content too. Some of the stuff he says is hilarious.
Yeah, I watched 3 of those guys you just talked about, man.
Yeah, and Junior people are like, like what they know. I'm big time into those farmers and gardens. So most of the time, you make asana, we do Junior garden and stuff. So podcasts, there's a ton of podcasts out there. I do watch 3-inch and I like their podcasts. The boys can still use a lot of growth too, and if they continue, I think that they can definitely go far. But who am I to say Goduchin still grow with the king? I still feel like I'm a child in the podcasting world too. So the only thing that I would say for everybody that is trying to do something out there is to be persistent. Có chỗ tôi hiểu đi nè, có chỗ tôi hiểu có sạp bố chỉ có ta chỉ có một sĩ ta chỉ có cả một order and it got what to you know, so that you get better and better and better instead of just plateauing. There's always growth, so you got to keep growing. That's the one thing I would say.
Yeah, man, first I like, and you know what, from when my first video that I ever made to the videos that I make right now, it's totally different. I don't know how YouTube works, but some of the algorithm it doesn't like work well with me, and I get like some that do good, some that do bad, but I don't do this for like views. I do it because I love it. I do it because I'm consistent. I do it because sometimes I'm bored, man, and this is the thing I like, man, just like you, man.
Exactly. And just like what you said, you love it, so you want to share that love with people. So and so that's what it starts. It starts by you loving it first.
So there's a question I want to ask you, but that bit kind of knowing what kind of project you got that is coming up, but we are actually coming to the end of this program. Thank you to the 3 people that is still on here live with us. Thank you guys for hanging in there. Thank you guys for staying with us.
Thank you guys.
If you guys are rewatching this, make sure to check out my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, X3, and also make sure to check out Telemong Podcast at YouTube and Telemong Podcast on Facebook, guys. He has a lot of like amazing content that's already on his social media platform, and a lot of content he's still in the process of making.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? You want to thank?
I want to thank John from his podcast is called It All Starts with the Podcast. So John has always been he's been the biggest help. John, Jimmy, Mitch, Four Thumbs, my big brother Four Thumbs. Podcast. Yeah, he was the one that really helped me with this podcast, and to really back with which a bit of sponsorships and everything too. So, and then I also want to give a shout out to all the sponsors that sponsored us too, with Larry, Mutsali EPI, Mutsali, Stephen Kula, by North Carolina. There's so much which I should have brought the shirt so I could show the audience, but all those sponsors that have helped us in the past, I just want to give a huge shout out to them and thank you guys for everything that they papena. So that's about it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can think of.
Cool, bro. Well, I want to thank you for taking time for your busy schedule to join me today. You didn't have to, but then you took the time to join me, and it's been a interesting live stream podcast for me. I love your little random question that you just threw at me, like what is salmon and Hmong? Now it got me thinking. I have to go invent that. I have to go invent it now. I got to go pop a bubble or a light bulb somewhere, and thank you for making time for your busy schedule to join me. I also want to give a big shout out and thank everybody who joined us tonight, guys. It's been an amazing journey. After 30 episodes, we are still going, and not planning to stop yet, but might be slowed down, but you never know, man. Like every time I'm like, I'm giving up, or I'm like gonna hang back. You guys always, make it happen. You guys always push, and especially the amazing guests that come on always, motivate me to keep going. That's all, bro. But yeah,
you too. Thank you.
It's really fun talking to you, man. I love your content. I was like, you know what? I gotta get you on one of my podcasts. I know. I messaged you like a few times already, but we finally got it.
Okay. That's how it goes too. We have so many people wanting to come on the Telemong, and if you're still waiting, that's because we're still waiting ourselves. So, and that's why podcast but then we actually use a lot of money to do them too, because we want the guests that comes in, we want them to be comfortable. So we provide drinks, we provide food, we provide things that make them comfortable. So it's actually like a open space, comfortable actually, and that's why we give them alcohol too, so they can give us more BS.
Maybe next episode I need to have a drink.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you know what? Before we go,
yeah,
I was gonna ask you about your night shift. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I've been watching a few of your short video, and you have to look me in the eye and say that they're real.
Oh man, they are as real as you believe them. But I can tell you that it's a different experience.
Damn.
Yeah, you're just like, oh my god, am I really seeing this? So that's how it is. That's how it feels.
I'm actually into the paranormal stuff, so I'm into like Bigfoot, UFO, aliens, ghosts, and stuff. And I kind of pause, play, just to see if anything's odd with it. But we live in an AI world now. But gì ở tên chỉ lo lọ qua đa phụ cao hết, but cũng bỏ cái cho đợi cũng tồn tại cơ à.
Yeah, it is something that you'll have to. I don't want everybody to experience it, but it is something that you experience. That it is a total different feeling.
All right,
sure.
man. That's definitely my last question of the day. Other than that, it's been amazing talking to you, brother.
You too. The same.
Nothing but love and good health from my family to yours, okay?
Thank you.
All right, brother. Have a good night, huh?
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you guys.